It never took long for the police to crack the case. 65-year-old Portland businessman Everton Beaches Stout, charged with the taking out of his wife, and is also on the investigation for the taking out of his previous wife. Hi again and welcome. This is ll3d TV. Let's talk, and we'll be right back with the details of this to come on the program. Welcome back and thanks for joining us for the program. This is ll3d TV. Let's talk. If it's the first time you're joining us on the program, please remember just to like, share, subscribe to the channel so you're notified whenever we post new videos. So Tanya Hamilton McDonald, that's the female you're seeing there on screen, and that female was taken out some weeks ago in Portland, and her husband was arrested and is now charged with the taking out of his wife. It is said that a $3 million hit was placed on the wife's head, and it was carried out by some individuals known to the husband. And we're about now to divulge some real chilling details as it relates to what led to her demise. So detectives from the Major Organized Crime Investigation Division on Tuesday charged 65-year-old Portland businessman Everton McDonald and two others for the murder of his wife, Tonya McDonald, in July. So detectives from the Organized Crime Investigation Division on Tuesday charged 65-year-old Portland businessman Everton McDonald and two others for the taking out of his wife, Tonya McDonald, in July. Also charged with Mr. McDonald, also known as Beachy Stout, are 30-year-old Ashton Tiny Beans of Epsom District, Onotabay, St. Mary, and 56-year-old Denver Lynn Minot, a fisherman of Wrench Hill in Portland also. The men are jointly charged with the taking out and conspiracy to take out Mrs. McDonald, whose charred remains were found in a burnt-out motor vehicle in July. Tonya Hamilton McDonald, aged 32 years old, and she goes by the name Sassy, was the wife of Mr. McDonald, and she was a businesswoman of Dolphin Cove in Dolphin Bay, and her body was found with her throat slashed on Monday, July 20, in a Toyota Axia motor car with the engine engulfed in flames in an area known as Sherwood Forest in Portland. The Portland police said they have intensified their investigation and have arrested Mr. McDonald, and it is said that vital information was shared with the police that Mr. McDonald paid $3 million in order to take out Mrs. McDonald. But it doesn't stop here, as the police have now launched another investigation as it relates to the taking out of Mr. McDonald's previous wife, who was shot and killed some years ago in a similar fashion over there in Portland. Now the police have stepped up their investigation and wondering if this was just the second hit on the second wife of Mr. McDonald. So through ongoing investigation by the Major Investigation Branch, the police have said that Mr. Beachy Stout, or Mr. Mack, is suspected in the 2009 death of his first wife as well, Merlene. Now, as it relates to the incident of Miss Merlene, some years ago, he and his previous wife, they separated, and his wife was on her way home and stopped outside her gate in order to carry out certain business activities. And while doing so, someone pounced on her and opened fire, hitting her multiple times. She succumbed to her injuries. Now, this now is actually the second wife of Mr. Mack, otherwise known as Beachy Stout. So the police said now that they are also investigating two other cases of incident which they believe that Mr. Mack or Beachy Stout might be responsible for, and that's the taking out of two family members of his previous wife as well. So not only Mr. Beachy is under investigation for the death of his now current wife, but he's also under investigation for the death of his previous wife. Follow me on this story. I need you guys to follow me. And he's also under investigation for the death of his previous wife family members. So the police believe that two of his previous wife family members were taken out under controversial circumstances, and they believe are of strong belief that he is in fact responsible for the taking out of those two individuals. So the police led a massive investigation into this case, and they have so far made a significant breakthrough, as they believe that they have found the persons responsible for the taking out of Miss Tonya Hamilton McDonald, after it was revealed that a $3 million contract was taken out on her head, and it was carried out as instructed by these individuals. And the police believe that they have the right men in custody, and they so far laid charges against them. So this individual who goes by the name Everton Beachy Stout, when I tell you that him money turn up according to information. So investigation revealed that the businessman paid approximately $3 million in order to take out Miss McDonald, and detectives have now reopened investigation into the murder of his first wife, and have so far made significant progress as it relates to that case. Listen this now. Two other related murders and wounding cases are now being actively pursued by the police that they believe that Mr. McDonald was also involved in. So not only know that Mr. McDonald is being investigated for the taking out of his previous wife, he's also being investigated for the taking out of two other family members of his previous wife, and also the taking out of his wife as well. So he had two wives, one that was taken out back some years ago, and this current one that was taken down in 2020. Now this raises many questions than answers right now as to what could have led this businessman down this path, like a trail of destruction as it relates to the death of these female. Now the police said they have made significant progress in this case, and they can so far lay charges against this individual. Now look on Beachy Stout right now. Beachy Stout is actually 65 years old, getting up in age. 5 more years and this individual would be 70 years old. Many people right now are raising so many questions, and I can tell you that some more chilling information is out there right now as it relates to this case. However, we can't put those information out there just yet because the local authorities are carrying out their investigation right now, and I can tell you, when you get some of the news as it relates to this right now, you're gonna be totally surprised. You're gonna shock. You're gonna hold your head and bawl. I'm telling you, this individual is well known in the Portland area and is a popular businessman. I'm told that he has a number of business establishments in that area, and he is said to be like a prominent figure in the Portland area that many looked up to. However, if you can remember the voice notes that circulated some time ago, you realize what it said about it. Can you imagine those voice notes being used as evidence? No. I guess that the police acted on this information that they had from these voice notes, and they carried out an intensive investigation, and I realized what happened in this case. The police did not depend on the local police to carry out this. They brought in the big guns from Kingston in order to carry out this investigation, if you realize what happened. And when you look at how this played out, the police silently did some secret undercover investigation, and this led to the arrest of this top prominent Portland businessman. Now the police have some real evidence on this, brother, you know, because based on the fact that they have held the two individuals in question that they believe carried out this vicious attack on the female, and it is said that this businessman paid over all of $3 million in order to take out this wife. So you know him money turn up to the max. So you can just imagine right now, the investigators now are preying the wife now, and that's the previous wife case, whether or not he was in fact responsible for the demise of that previous wife, because it is said that they did not end on any good terms. They had some altercation as it relates to the split of property and the proceeds of business, and a whole lot of things are out there on social media as well. But we cannot speak to that right now. We have to speak to what the police are currently investigating and the evidence that is laid out on the table right now. So the police said that they have taken 2 individuals into custody along with Beachy Stout, and they have so far laid charges on all 3 individuals, and they have charged with murder and conspirators to murder. So this case now might be one of the individual might just know about something, and one thing, let me point out something to you. The conspiracy charge is just like you committed the act itself. It's not any different. So this is a really serious matter, and I can tell you right now, if this goes the way I see it going right now, trust me, Beach is stout. Nah, see back road no time soon. But we're gonna keep you up to date with this one. But this did not come as a surprise to me, based on the circulation of those voice notes on social media that share some damning information as it relates to who they believe carried out this vicious act on this 32-year-old female. It is said that this female was actually a businesswoman, and she was the lover of this individual, who is said to be 65 years old, much older than the female could have been her grandfather. And when we look on this situation played out, I'm telling you that this has left the whole entire area where this incident took place very tense right now. However, the police are carrying out their investigation still, and we're not sure when or not he will appear in court. But guess what? The man is innocent until proven guilty. So I'll rest my case there. So we're gonna leave this one here for now though. Thanks for watching ll3d TV. Let's talk. And this is where we say so long for now. Have a blessed and productive evening.